Hi, I'm Ioana and welcome to my channel. In today's video we're going to make penne vodka. It's one of my favorite types of pasta dishes. It's easy to make, extremely flavorful. It only requires a few ingredients, so let me take you through them so we can get started. You're first going to need some onions, some garlic, some chili flakes, a little bit of vodka, or in this case I'm using some homemade fermented and distilled spirit from plums, a little bit of salt. You're gonna need some tomato paste, some heavy cream, a couple of cans of chopped tomatoes, or you can use plum tomatoes as well if you want to. You're gonna need some olive oil. You're gonna need some Parmigiano Reggiano. You're also gonna need some burrata. I think it works really well with the dish. It gives it a nice creamy flavor, and that's my addition to make this recipe a little bit different. And finally, you're also gonna need some fresh basil. The very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil just to coat the bottom of the pan. Once the oil has heated, we're going to add in the onions, and we're going to stir this occasionally for about 5 minutes or until the onion is becoming translucent. The heat should also be about medium-low so that you do not burn the onions. Now I also want to add a pinch of salt as well so that the onions start to sweat. It's time to add the minced garlic in. I'm going to stir this around as well, and it's also time to add in the red pepper flakes. If you do not want this extra kick, you can skip this step, but I think it gives it a really nice flavor to it, so try not to skip it if you can. And now it's time to add the vodka in. We're going to wait until the vodka is reduced by half, and then we're going to go to the next step. Now at this point I want to add in my tomato paste. Give this a stir as well for about a minute. And now it's time to add in the chopped tomatoes. Now we're gonna let everything cook for about 30 minutes, and in the last 10 minutes we're gonna get the pasta ready. We're gonna make sure that we salt the pasta, water, and we're gonna cook the pasta according to the package instructions. And I'll meet you when the time is up. And after about 30 minutes, you do find that it's a little bit too thick. I have kept a little bit of pasta water aside, so you can just put a little bit in, just to thin it out. At this point, we're gonna add a little bit more salt. I'm adding some sea salt flakes. And also, we're gonna add the heavy cream. We're gonna stir this around, and then we're gonna add the Parmigiano Reggiano. I mean, look at this color, it's so beautiful. Looks absolutely gorgeous. And now it's time to add the Parmigiano Reggiano. You need quite a lot of this. In my opinion, there's no such thing as too much cheese. We're gonna stir this again. At this point, you can add a little bit of basil as well. And remember, it's always better to break it up by hand than to use a knife to chop it. And now it's time to combine the sauce with the pasta. It's really important that you always mix the sauce with the pasta, so please don't add the pasta and then the sauce on top, because it's not going to taste great. You really need to mix the sauce in at this point. That's what's really going to give it a flavor. Now, if I were to make this a bigger batch, then I would just toss in the pasta in the sauce, but because I'm only making a small portion today, then I'm just going to add the sauce to my pasta. I'm going to stir this as well. And now it's time for plating. Okay, so we're going to add the pasta to the plate. And now we're going to add the burrata. I'm going to grate a little bit more Parmigiano Reggiano on top of everything. And now we're going to add a little bit more basil. And just look at how beautiful this looks. I cannot wait to give this a try. And when you cut into this, it's just going to give a burst of creaminess. Just look at it. Right, let's see how it turned out. It looks absolutely magnificent, and with the creaminess from the burrata, it's just I'm gonna stir this around a little bit so I can get a little bit of the burrata, and let's give this a try. It's divine, super creamy from the burrata. You have the sauce, which is nice and thick. It's a little bit tangy. It's light, refreshing as well, because the burrata is quite cold. I really hope you give this recipe a try. Let me know down in the comment section below if you like it. Thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!